Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Is that your life?
Okay. We got it. So, I'm just teaching a quick lesson about why it is important to bathe with your birds. Okay? So, this is my female Eclectus, as you can tell. She's pretty comfortable. She likes shower with the parrots and show you guys how I shower with them. So, they're really calm. They will show you with their beak if they want to be touched or not. I usually get them close to the water and then let them do what they want to do. I hold them very calm. My arm is steady. My elbows are in. Really, really supportive. If they want to move around, I support them and let them. But eventually, if she doesn't want to get in the water, I will slowly edge her into it. The water is not hot. It's tepid, if anything. So it's slightly above room temperature. Once I get her fully under it, there she is. There she is. There you go. There you are. Good job. Yeah, there you go. Good girl. Talking to them is really important. First, I like to let them soak a little bit. The reason why is molting. With birds, the process of molting is when they drop their feathers and regrow new feathers. So that process is a little bit painful. If you can imagine, those feathers have to grow through their skin, and they're really, really pointy. If you've heard of the phrase pin feather, like a safety pin, they're sharp. So sometimes they can be a little bit irritating. So when it comes through the skin and they're shedding their feathers, one, it requires a lot of energy, so they need the proper diet. And two, it requires patience, because if your bird's trying to bite you or gnaw at you, it's not because it's mean or it's mad. It's probably because his skin is irritated in a place and he might not want to be touched. So daily showers are really important. It helps keep the skin hydrated. Also spraying and misting them daily with water that's treated, not tap water because of chlorine, and also aloe vera. If you have a little bit of aloe, you can add that to your water and mist them. That keeps their skin moist. It really helps out with molting. So once she seems to calm down, then I put her underneath and she tends to enjoy it. You see how at the beginning she was kind of moving back and forth, she didn't want to get in. She was new to it, but eventually she loves her showers. She'll let her wings out, which she needs to do. She had a little bit of scat on her back, so we definitely needed to rinse that off. And he's just going to watch her on my perched on my shoulder. See, there she goes. There you go. Splash, splash. Good job. You got to get their head. You should get their whole body. It's okay. There you go. Not too much. If they start sneezing a lot, then you want to switch them up or get them out the water, but she seems to be doing really good. It's warm enough that, as you can tell, she's enjoying it. Look at those eyes. Her eyes are barely closing. So I'm going to let her soak a little bit more. Then I use a special soap. I don't get it in her eyes. I'll lather up my hands with it, and then I'll put it on her back, and then I rinse it off. It does help. That's why if you do use a soap, I highly recommend using the aloe vera as well, because soap tends to dry things out. As you can imagine, when you're done taking a shower and you feel your skin, it feels a little dry sometimes, right? So you definitely don't want that happening to your birds. They'll just be a little more irritated and they might gnaw at you, and then you can see how the cycle will go. So I like to lather up my hands. I use a papaya soap. This soap is really good. You can get it at most Filipino stores or your Oriental Asian stores. This specific brand is called Eclectus, Likas, and it's made from papaya, so you can look it up. It's really, really good soap. So I take it in my hand, I'll lather it up. You can do it with one hand, you don't need to do two hands. So take it in just one hand, get a nice amount of lather, put some water in it, really lather it up, and then just apply that lather to her back. Good job. Good job. talk to her. No, no, no. There you go. Okay. Really quick too. You don't want to take too long. You don't want to expose her unless they're heavily soiled. She trusts me, so she lets me touch her wings. If your bird does not trust you, do not try this. As you can see, the more you wash your bird, and she's starting to grow some feathers back. See, molting's happening to her trim. The more vibrant the colors will be. Step up. Step up. Come on. Yeah, step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. There you go. So, step up. Then I have to get her other side. You're next. Make sure when you're rinsing, you see where your water stream is actually at, and you're doing a good job rinsing off each individual feather. The entire length of the feather sometimes. And then in order to get her underside, once she's had enough on her upper side, what I like to do, and what she really doesn't like done a lot, but I have to do it, is I turn her upside down and then I cradle her close to the head of the shower without her head going underneath. So I'll try to demonstrate that for you guys the best way I can. Here we go. Step up. Come on. Come here. Step up, Mama. Come on. Step up. Let's see. Step up. Let's see. Step up. There you go. So I'll turn her upside down and get her close to the head of the shower. Just a little bit. There you go. Just like that. Not too long, but long enough to expose her underside, because sometimes she can't reach everything, and sometimes there's stuff there that you need to watch out. I do a physical check around her legs, make sure there's no other things, but she's pretty good. She's good to go. Yeah, you good? Okay. Woo! There we go. Now it's time to switch. Come up. Let's see. He's not. You can stay here now, Mommy. There we go. Now it's your turn. He's like, it's my turn, it's my turn. Since he's 5, she's only 2, he's a little bit more relaxed. He likes showers a lot. So as you'll see, I'll get him close to the water so he knows what's about to happen, but he's not done. He saw it happen. And then get him underneath. Yeah, cricket. Is it too warm? There you go. Good boy. Yeah. No. There we go. There we go. So you want to start slow. Don't fully submerge him. If he's moving around a little too much, what you want to do is, like I just did, I blocked him off. I blocked him off with my hand so that he doesn't go back and forth too much. And then I just sit him there, half in, half out. His head is not underneath the water, but his tail feathers are. So he can see the temperature of the water. He feels it on his back. It's not hot at all. As you can see, when he closes his eyes are pinning. He's pretty comfortable. He likes it. It's like a mini massage on his feathers. I can see it happening and running down. He's liking it. Good job, cricket. Constant eye contact helps. Talking to your bird helps, and just talking in general around them helps. Having silence and awkward silence and moments of just confusion don't help when translating to your bird that you want them to be comfortable, or you want them to do anything, actually. So you want to just try to mimic them with comfortability and noise of an appropriate tone and meter. Meter being the rhythm in which you talk. So you don't want to talk really fast like this all the time, or else your bird might think that that's normal. So I use a slow tempo, very monotone sometimes, and if I do inflect, it's to let them know that I'm kind of curious about something, and I expect something in their return. But since I'm not really trying to do anything with him now except shower him, once he's kind of calm, then I will fully put him underneath, slowly. See? You gotta just have constant noise. If you're talking around him, or if you're talking, he's a little bit more prone to being calm. If you're talking to him, like, good job, cricket. See, he's not moving around. Good job. Look. Good job, boy. Spread your wings. Want to spread your wings? Can I tickle? See? And he's moving because he wasn't ready for that. So we'll reset. We'll try again. Come on, step up. So, nope, stand up. Reset. We're going to try again, okay, Cricket? Good boy. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, there it is. There we go. See, when Cricket gets underneath the water correctly, he spreads his wings, he lets himself get wet, and he really enjoys it. He will sit here and let this water massage his sides, because all day he sits. So sometimes I come in here and I'll massage him too. So he lets me massage him. Don't be too forceful. If he moves or if he squats or pecks, listen to him. But right now, he really enjoys having his shoulders rubbed, as we all do, right? At the end of a long day, Cricket gets his massages. Get your wings. Good boy, Cricket. Good boy. Oh, you're so good. You're doing good. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Spread. Yeah. Good boy, Cricket. Let's get your tail feathers. Let's get the eyes. Go to Cricket. Get this swing. Okay, now let's get this swing. Let's get it. Good boy, full spread. Wow, he's letting me spread the wing all the way. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's get this one. Okay, so let's do his underside. Let's just get it wet. Upside down. Oh, he doesn't mind at all. He does not mind his underside at all. Support their back. Don't just hold them. Support their back. But just let it run for a little while. It's okay. Good boy. Don't put his head underneath it. And watch out for his nose. His nostrils are here at the top of his beak. So that's where he breathes from. Do not submerge that in water for too long if you want to keep your bird, right? Good, good. Do you want some more? So I'm going to put some soap on him too. So lather up. Take the soap in one hand. Keep them kind of under the warm water. They enjoy it. They need it. It won't hurt. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now with the soap lather, add some water. Work it up. Just go down his back. No. There you go. See? Just a little bit on the back, and then you rinse it off. Not too much and not too long. It's mostly for if it's grossly soiled. Like, let's say your birds have just been sitting in a spot for 4 hours, one on top of the other, and he's just having a bad stomach day, and one of your birds' back is entirely soiled. You're going to want to use something other than just water to get that off, because you don't want bacteria building up on your bird. They preen a lot, meaning they go in there with their beaks, and they'll literally lick and process whatever's on their feathers. So if you have anything on there, you want to get it off. These guys love their showers, as you can see. Good boys. Next is drying them off. I highly recommend using a towel and a blow dryer. I'm not going to live stream that one because it can seem irritating to them sometimes. So it's a really lengthy process. That'll be my next video. So thanks for tuning in. Next time, I'll show you how to dry them off.